Welcome to Flat Earth Debate Live. I'm your host, Nathan Oakley, and if you are new to this channel, or you've not done so already, then be sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification icon and join button to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. If you'd like to support the channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside each of these shows while they are live. There's also a PayPal, Patreon and crypto link in the info box below the video. Most importantly, if you'd like to join the discussion, simply mute the page you are currently watching, then click the link in the info box below this video to join the panel and express your views on the nature of Earth. If you do join, please don't swear. If you do, you'll be ejected, and if you are, please don't try to rejoin the stream using sock accounts. You'll be warmly welcome back on the next stream. Please also share the show on social media. Sharing the show obviously increases the live audience, but this in turn increases the chances of a more diverse panel, so please share the show on Facebook and Twitter. And one last time, if you're new to the channel or you've not done so already, then be sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification icon and join button to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. Now, we are joined by 10th Man, Righteous Force, and a whole bunch of people in Discord, along with Bev Try Thinking, who's going to do a bit of a presentation to kick us off once we've done the housekeeping. So we'll rattle through housekeeping, but first and foremost, welcome one and all.
Good morning, all.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hello, hello. Any signs of a physical geometric sphere edge formerly known as Earth curve?
Not from the
Absolutely
causeway.
not.
Not from the causeway. We'll
Nope.
come to that.
There's no curvature in a horizontal.
I had something from horizontal.
Yeah, there's no curvature in horizontal.
No, that's correct. Any signs of axial rotation of the Earth-based variety?
Nope. None.
Hey, Chocolate saying hello?
Any signs of an axis?
No.
Morning, guys.
No signs. Any evidence of the distance to the sun?
Well, it's over there, according to Arwin, but no distance measurement has been formed. That's true.
Any scientific evidence of gravity?
You really expect there to be any? I've never.
It's not me
It's funny
expecting.
because that assertion is made all the time.
I say-
You would think it would be kind of easy peasy to
Never
just
heard
find it.
It's not us asserting a
But
causal
no.
relationship. It's not us saying science. It's them asserting a causal relationship and them asserting they have science for it. We're just saying, okay, let's see it.
Yeah, they should walk you through it. I've never heard anybody any person who believes in the globe ever walk themselves through the equation.
Equations
have them
aren't.
try it,
Hold on,
it's
hold
an-
on. Not equations. That's mathematics.
Well, that's what gravity is. It's conceptual mathematics. It's make believe. They can't
Sure.
walk you through it though. At all.
While you're right, it is mathematics in only abstract format, maths. But they assert it's our reality, and our reality is based in physical, actual nature, and that's dealt with in physics, dealing with the physical. So we want to see an experiment that proves this causal relationship they assert, and also banner science. So that's definitely not unreasonable. And you're correct. Your rebuttal is part of your answer. Hey, Arwin, it's abstract only, not real. Mathematical. Hey, Arwin.
Hello.
That's why it's fun to listen to. I wish they would explain it. It would be entertaining to hear them try to explain that.
I've got to stop you again. No, I don't want an explanation. I want to show it physically.
You can't do that. They will. I'd love to hear them try. That's all.
You're absolutely correct. This is a great conversation. However, they still assert that it's something in our physical reality, do they not?
I know. That's why it's ridiculous. I don't know. I'd love to hear them try. You try to get them to do that, they won't even.
Well, if you're lucky, they might offer you 100-year out of date rhetoric about a quasi experiment called the Cavendish.
You can just let go of a mic.
I haven't got a mic to let go of. What are you talking about? Do I have to pick it up first?
Well, he's saying, of course you do, but he's saying that they don't show it, but they do show it. They show it in such a clumsy way. They pick up a mic and then drop it and call it gravity.
Who is that convincing to? That's an argument. I could do that.
The
Come
sheep.
on.
90 million people who watch Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I could do it.
Gravity
So I was going to
bitches.
say 99% of the world.
Western world.
You've got that word all over the place in every genre. You got it in sports, you've got it in schools, you've got it in everyday life. I was explaining something to a person about my water tanks up on the hill, and they said, "Oh, is it gravity fed?" And I go, "No, the well pumps up the water."
No, it works perfectly without that assumption. You don't have to assume gravity. That's
You do realize we're in the minority, right?
sadly.
Let's move on. Any single viable hypothesis from any of the fields of astronomy, cosmology, or astrophysics?
Not to the strict scientific method, no. Just observe and declare.
Any evidence of a self-perpetuating molten iron core at the centre of a presupposed spherical Earth? Happy to move
Still
on
waiting
without
on
any
this
answer.
one, Nathan.
It's all right. I'm happy to move on without an answer to that one today. We had a long discussion about it yesterday, so that's fine. Okay, so any evidence of the
Hollow Earth.
Go on, sorry. Go on.
No, I was just saying hollow Earth can be still real on flat Earth, but that's a whole other. You don't want to prove hollow Earth. Just it's a lot easier.
I've got nothing against anything. I don't care. I don't care if Hollow Earth turns out to be real. But I'd just like to see, if it's being claimed, some evidence for it. I couldn't care less either way. I didn't care if it was a ball. I don't care. Literally. However, nonsense and bullshit, that can be exposed here. As Quantum Eraser puts it, that's the purpose.
No, I believe that. That's fair. That's fair enough. But what I'm saying is that hollow Earth is a religious. It's an old tradition of understanding even where hell comes from. So we've understood that caverns can exist, and it can still be flat. They're not mutually exclusive. What I'm saying is that they both can exist, and there's like a historic and religious.
Okay, but if I put an argument to you that it's possible for parallel universes to exist, excluding any heliocentric paradigm whatsoever, and I describe it as planes of existence, because we're on a plane, and it's not mutually exclusive with flat Earth. You can be together with our flat plane of existence. In fact, it's quite, complementary. Would suddenly my bullshit assertions of parallel universes be in any way validated? Because it's not mutually exclusive?
That's theoretical. I couldn't disprove that, but what I could prove is that if you dug into the Earth, you would encounter a different medium. It would be the Earth medium. Like it would be different than water. It would be different than air. It would be its own world.
What's that
They
smell?
exist. We know there's things that are caverns.
I sense bullshit. Can you show me this?
I mean, it could be bullshit. No. It absolutely could be bullshit. I'm just saying.
I'm 400 feet deep on my property, and there's water. A big reservoir of water. So it's not just Earth. There's lots of things.
Well, they say there's under Earth water, like oceans, apparently, under the Earth's crust.
Yes.
Apparently. I'm not making.
The under ocean. The super
Yeah, I'm
fresh
saying lots of
water
people have made-
reservoir that Gaddafi tapped into in the secret water channels that he built.
The
Remember-
water, they
remember
say
that?
that if you dig far enough, you'll always find water. You'll always find an ocean, and that's just an aspect of Earth. It could be hollow. It still could.
Well, technically, most rock types are porous to water in some way. So water reservoirs typically rest on rock and they'll go through sediment and all that, and that's how you dig in wells. But if there's like more room somewhere in between that rock, then eventually water will very, very, very slowly seep through. It will be like a super compact water filter. That water is going to be as pure as it gets.
Where my well is in well over, pun intended, 400 feet of water, and my pump is sitting 300 plus feet under that water. So even in droughts where the table might drop 10 feet at the most, even in California, you still got over 300 plus feet of water. So water's got to go somewhere. It finds its level, right?
Yeah, but that's still you can still have underground wells and oceans. You can have whole underground worlds, and it'd still be.
Hold on. You're doing this little extrapolation trick where you go, we can have underwater reservoirs and underwater bodies of water and rivers, and all that I can accept, you know, and Arwin could potentially qualify an example of it where, did you say Gaddafi? You know, but maybe this is qualifiable. I'm not even going to attempt it. I don't think it's that important. It's fairly moot. But by the same token, what isn't moot is where you extrapolated out, therefore there could be worlds underneath us, right? That's a fairly big step.
I mean, it's not that much of a big step. If you can hypothesize that people probably live underground and there's probably different environments, it's not that far-fetched to think that, you know, people have probably tried to live underground before, you know? It's not just make-believe completely. But it doesn't dismiss flat Earth at all. You can have, they're both complementary of each other, actually. So, I mean, it's not that.
Just give me a second. My kid's hair's caught in a dress. There you go, sausage. Go on. Right. Sorry, where were we? I wasn't paying attention for the last 20 seconds. I'm really sorry.
Flat Earth or Hollow Earth confirmed.
Hollow Earth confirmed. Okay, moving
Hollow
on.
Hollow Flat Earth.
My man likes his Hollow Earth, bro.
I missed the demonstratable, repeatable.
Welcome to Hollow.
I heard hypothesis at some point, or hypothesize. We'll let you off with a colloquialism and move on to any evidence of the presupposition.
Just let it go. It's all right. Hollow Earth. Move on. It's fine.
Well, you've not proved it, but if you want to dwell here, I'm happy to.
Welcome to Hollow Earth.
If you say
Well,
so.
it's a very hollow argument, but let's move on.
I like the optimism. Any evidence of the R value, Earth radius, the presupposition of Earth as a sphere?
Black Swan. No.
Hey, Flatsoid. Good to have you.
Swan.
Hey, Flatsoid.
What's the radius of the hollow
Hold on, Arwin.
Earth?
Hey, Flatsoid, can you hear us? No sound, amigo. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Bad internet.
Hey, good to have you. Long time no see. How are things?
Hey guys, been a long time.
Nice to have you. Just got one more housekeeping question. Any evidence that you can have gas pressure without the necessary antecedent of a container to press upon for all the fundamentalist religious zealots who believe the sky is a vacuum?
No evidence for that, Nathan.
Well,
it's just
a
low
vacuum
pressure.
It's a vacuum and flat. Why don't they argue against that?
Did we get a response from Flatsoid? Was he trying to say something?
I heard him like barely for a second.
Yeah, he was pretty quiet. I heard him say hello, though. Right, Bev, are you there? Did you have something on your screen share that you wanted me to show before I pop up the stills and video that you shared in Discord, in Skype?
On screen share?
Are you sharing something on screen now?
Am I sharing something? I don't know.
Yeah, clearly you don't want that on then. Okay, right. Do you want me to pop you? You're still on.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know what I'm doing.
That's okay.
It's your projection.
Oh, my camera?
Yeah.
Oh no, that shouldn't be on. But it's all right. It's only my wall.
Okay, so I've got your first still up, and then we'll move on to the first video, second video, and third video as you tell me.
Well, yeah. Well, I didn't put them in order particularly. basically what it is Jesse Kozlowski is making an appearance, and they're doing a special with all of the surveyors are getting together on Jose's tomorrow. So you've got Sean G. Did you know he was a surveyor? Yeah, Sean G. I think George Natchuk's going on there, and Jesse, and they may have some more people on there. And they're going to go and ask for where are the measurements, or they're going to show their measurements. So I thought it'd be a good idea to get everybody up to speed in case they don't let me go on and have a word with them on what the measurements that he's actually done. Now, there's one I've titled that this is Jesse Kozlowski, and the video he did was called checking the, I've got it here already. First video is demonstrating Walter Bislin's radius calculator. Now he puts a bit of
it's level and curved.
Yeah. So
it's actually amazingly level considering the distance that they had to build this thing.
I'm telling you, it's really
for 24 miles. They're very consistent, don't you think?
It's awesome. It's an amazing
piece of architecture, really. Yeah,
it is. The way I phrase it is a monument to the curvature of the Earth.
It is a monument.
It's a man-made monument.
I totally agree with that.
It really is. So, and you can't make this up. I mean, it's just there. It is. I mean, I collected the data, processed it, output it. That's it. Here, and all this is just me trying to create views so you can see it. So there.
Oh my God.
That voice is familiar. Wasn't
I don't
guy
believe
who
I heard
guys,
that it's
hello. Arwin and Chocolate.
Sorry.
Thank you. Go ahead, Bev.
Right, so I can't remember which order I put all of these in. These are just some sort of what he did initially was he strapped a piece of GPS equipment onto the roof of his car and then drove over Lake Pontchartrain Bridge, and this GPS equipment logger or whatever logged a load of heights every 10 meters. I think.
This is your
Sorry, my bad.
And he did that. And then all of the coordinates and all of the things he shows as he's going over it. Now, there's one that I put in. I think it was the last video that I put in. It's a video. I think I cut all of the sound out of it, but I got my lad to highlight some of the distances that he logs as he's showing it. So you'll see as he's going across, it's 4.8 meters, and it's all of these distances are all the same all the way along as he goes on the bridge, apart from where the rise is, and it goes up to about 16 meters in some bits with the rise. So that's basically what he's done. He's got a data logger and strapped it to the top of his car, and it's logged a few coordinates as he's gone across. He's then got these set of coordinates and put them into a computer to manufacture, I would say, this curve within the model. So yeah, the first one is where he logs all of them details, and it shows him driving over, and that's
Do you want me to play that? The second video.
Walter Bislane's radius calculator.
Did you want me to play that? That's the second video you've shared, right?
No, the second video I think is from. There's two. Is the 3 videos that I've posted?
Yeah, the first one I've already played, or the first one that was shared. The one that you were just describing with him showing all the data logs. That's playing now without sound.
Okay.
And there's only one more.
That was the third one, right? So the second one would be where I think he explains how Walter Bisley makes the computer model in order to manufacture the curve to make it look like Soundly's picture that everybody's seen.
Okay, shall I play that one now?
Yeah.
This is your data that Walter
Yes.
has taken, and he
Yes.
has rendered it in a 3D space.
Yes.
And this is what we're getting.
Yes. And
Very interesting.
Yeah, it is really. It's just awesome. So these are he took the XYZ coordinates. He wrote his own program to convert them back to Latin long. He computed. He's done absolute geodetic software writing. I mean, it's like he's got all the calculations in here. It's awesome. So, well, here's the side view.
Interesting, that, huh?
Did you want me to put the last screenshot that you shared up? Because we see
right.
it.
Yeah, that's when he talks about a chord. He leaves it on screen for a second and takes it away, not surprisingly. But yeah, he talks about that chord, and that would make that the height at 28.4 something meters is the height of the supposed bulge across the lake. But in order for you to believe that the bulge is there that way, you have to completely ignore the logical problem of the bulge that would be along the shoreline everywhere across the water. It's, they can't see the logical consistency of putting that bulge there.
Hold on, I've just got a quick question, Bev. In the mathematics, the bulge is the geometric horizon.
Yes. That rises 28 meters from one end.
No. What you're describing, I might be wrong, is them describing the bulge in the frame of this picture that rises up. But that isn't what the bulge is in their mathematics. The bulge is the horizon.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, is the bulge in this the horizon? In the picture?
Well, I don't know. I think they get stuck, don't they? Because there's a reality view that everybody sees, and then there's this model thing that they have to...
No. Stop. Let me just ask you the question again. Is the bulge being described the horizon? Yes or no? That they are describing?
It would be the limit of your view, wouldn't it? If you...
So is that a physical...
On their model, yes.
So you're saying what they are describing and demonstrating in what is on screen now is a geometric physical sphere edge horizon?
Yes, that mathematically, that's what they're trying to describe, yes.
No. I keep saying what we see. What's in the picture, though?
Yeah. In the picture...
Yeah, in reality, are we seeing a physical geometric... Bloody hell, Bev, I'm having to lead you here.
I don't know. I can only go with what I think.
Are we seeing a geometric physical sphere edge horizon, formerly known as Earth curve, or not? That's the question.
Do they think how we're doing that? Or I don't know. I'm not seeing a curve. I'm just trying to point out that what they think they're doing is within a model framework. They take reality and then put it onto a model to explain the model. But obviously, that model that they're putting it on doesn't match reality in any way. But so, yes, in to answer your question, they definitely think that is a bulge that's there geometrically. But
And
they
is that-
can't tell you that because it's not actually there.
My question was, is that bulge a horizon?
I would say not, because you can see the water tower in the back of the picture. And that water tower is 28 miles further, and it's huge.
Have you got anything else to add on this, Bev? If not, I'll give you a big thanks.
No, well, just wait and see what happens tomorrow.
Sure, I'm in no doubt we'll get your full commentary on it, probably next week.
Thank you.
Is that a picture that's on
I haven't
screen
heard
now?
something so cool as it's like a monument built to the curvature of the Earth. It's been a long time since I heard that, so that's kind of funny to me.
We were actually thinking of
just 1 second, sorry,
up.
Bev. Being challenged by Rumpus. Says that the
Oh,
bulge
no,
is not the
again.
same. Sorry, just let me finish my sentence. Rumpus is from the chat now stating that the bulge is not the same as the geometric horizon.
Of course.
Well, according to him, we don't have a geometric horizon.
I'm starting to think that Rumpus doesn't understand what a geometric horizon is.
Well, I was going to say, that was going to be my next question, Arwin. Well put. Is it not the geometric horizon that we do see, or not the geometric horizon that we don't see? Please, can you answer?
Is that picture on the screen now, the model one, showing that water curving that way under the bridge? And then when I look at the picture, the water's not curving. Are they serious about this?
Okay, cool. As you say, Bev, watch this space. Thank you very much for bringing it to our attention. I'm sure that'll generate some interest in the next week.
I was thinking of asking, because he said there that it was a monument to curvature. I was thinking of asking the people that actually built the bridge whether we could make a model of it. You know, like a 2-scale model, and then to find out whether they thought there was any curvature in the model. That would be interesting to find out, wouldn't it? So yeah, I'll be making a few phone calls like that.
Nathan, can you hear me?
Say that again, 10th man?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm just a little distracted.
No, the Walter Bislin calculator, doesn't that take into account the thing from Andrew Thomas Young, 1.22 at observer height? Isn't that built into it?
That's just based on the standard model. That's just R that gives you that.
Right, but that's part of the Walter Bislin and all the other Earth curve calculators, correct?
Yes, they're all based on the standard model. They're all based on this R value.
So then what is Rumpus talking about in chat about bulge and no bulge?
Bulge and no bulge. What you mean is double speaking from chat. I just thought it was funny to laugh about. I didn't realise we were going to linger on it. I just wanted to have a laugh.
Oh, I haven't looked at chat. I'm just going off of what you said. But again, he can't even debate that issue on face value. And now we've got a bridge that supposedly is a monument to Earth's curvature. And they can't even show the R.
Planet New Orleans.
Right on. As I say, I didn't expect we were going to dwell. I thought we were going to round out at the end of that because there's not any more to talk about till it actually happens, right?
I guess.
Well, I'm going to be going over these videos that he's done. I mean, I had a quick skim through it yesterday, and I was I was laughing quite heavily, to be honest, at some of the things he says. Yeah, so I'll be going over it tonight.
Conversation took place yesterday.
No, that's old. That's over a year old. The Walter Bislane's calculator and the curve thing with Soundly and.
I was about to say because that's gone.
Well, no, he's bringing it out again. It's coming out again tomorrow.
The geometric horizon? That's
Yay!
dead and buried.
Yeah. No.
No. They rise from the dead. You know that.
Yeah, the surveyors that measure it are being brought out tomorrow. They've had to call out the big guys. Yeah.
Our zombies always come back.
Wait, measurement of what?
The curvature, right? You know,
curvature.
You know, It's the actual surveyors that I've been asking for ages is level horizontal. Well, the surveyors are coming out. The geodetic surveyors.
That's the first thing I heard was level and curved and it's beautiful and it's a monument. I was like, oh my god, what am I listening to right now? Level and curved, huh?
Yep, the bent level surveyors are coming out to play.
Oh, he's in the chat now. Rumpus is here.
Hey, Rumpy.
Oh, check out Sean Hawkins in chat. Where's your container, man? You claim we need a container to hold our atmosphere in. Where is it? Validate your claim. That's Sean Hawkins in chat.
Yeah, the horizon is not the same as the bulge. The horizon is slightly before the bulge.
The horizon we do see, or the horizon we don't see? Sorry, horizon is a point where the land and sky meet. Can't be behind
That's the
something.
apparent horizon. Yeah. The apparent horizon, yeah.
The horizon we don't see. Oh, well, if you don't see it, it's not a horizon.
Well, we do see the apparent horizon. That's exactly what the definition of apparent horizon is.
So it's not the geometric one then?
They're not the geometric one.
How many times do you have to be told that, Nathan? The apparent horizon is the one that you see.
And the geometric one is the one we don't see, because if we don't see it, it's not a horizon.
It's not a visual horizon, but it is
So we don't
visible.
see it, so it's not a horizon.
Not a horizon.
I just repeat that to you, Rumpus. I know you're going to try and talk through me, so I have muted you. So if we do not see this position where the land and sky, or sea and sky meet, then it is not a horizon. Now, I appreciate this horizon exists in your model as a horizon, but if we don't see it in reality, it's not a horizon.
Oh, right, you've unmuted me. Okay, what were you talking about?
Oh, didn't you hear me?
No, I muted you.
Oh, really? So you didn't want to listen to me? Let's see if I can tell you without you talking through me. I'll try again. Let's see if you talk through me.
Yeah, try again. Yeah.
Well, you've already started talking through me, haven't you, Rumpus, by giving me permission when I've just told you that I'm going to start to talk. So I'll put you on mute again and see if this is merely a tactic so you don't have to listen to me. Yep, there he goes on server mute. I'll repeat it for the audience's benefit. It's no worries, you coward. Well, you don't listen to me. You'd prefer to talk through this. Or mute me so you don't have to listen to it, you coward. No worries, the audience is hearing me calling you a coward. You're not listening to me calling you a coward, which you are, because you don't want to reply to my demolition of the R value. And the very reason you need to roll out these big guns, these geodetic surveyors, is because we've destroyed the R value, obliterated it. And when I point out that your R value gives you a horizon you do not see, and therefore is not a horizon, you're going to stick your fingers in your ears, aren't you, you little bitch? Good. That's okay. All the audience are listening to you not wanting to listen to me, and I'm muting you so that you have to listen to me, but you don't want to. If you're off mute, you'll talk through me so you don't have to respond, and if you're on mute, you'll put your fingers in your ears so you don't have to listen either. You're a coward and a bitch, Rumpus. Let's make it plain. You have no rebuttal to this. That's why you've stuck your fingers in the ears. And if I were to leave you unmuted, you wouldn't listen, you'd talk through it as you have done, by giving me permission after me telling you that I'm about to tell you that which you cannot respond to. This point, ladies and gentlemen of the audience, is the death of their model. That is why he cannot address it, and needs a little game that he's going to play. And I guarantee you, he cannot respond to this point, no matter what the circumstances in terms of whether or not he's got his fingers in his ears or the ability to listen. He won't listen to the fact that if it's not visible, it is not a horizon. And therefore,
Yes,
only they told you, audience, he cannot listen to this. He's talking through it. So I'll try again. Let's see how many attempts.
Okay,
That's the second attempt.
Go
Let's
ahead.
see how many attempts Rumpus has to obfuscate the death of his model. Let's see how big a coward he is. I'll try.
answer?
That's 3 attempts. So now you're listening, are you, fun boy?
I'm listening, yeah.
If it's not visible as a demarcation between either land or sea and sky, then it is not a horizon. The horizon that exists labelled as horizon marked with an X in your model does not exist in reality. It is not a horizon. This debunks your geometric model with its R-based geometric horizon that we cannot see.
That cross does not indicate the visual horizon.
It says horizon on it.
Yes, the geometric horizon.
It's a horizon that we cannot see and does not exist in reality. However, it's definitely labelled horizon in your model. It's describing something that should be a demarcation between land and sea. That's what a horizon is. It's labelled as such. However, it does not exist beyond the labelling of a horizon in your geometric, now debunked model.
It's not labelled as such.
It's called horizon in your model, marked with an X, labelled horizon. It's the geometric horizon. It's the tangent point with a tangent line you can't draw anymore. Another debunking of your geometric model with a horizon that doesn't exist beyond your geometric model.
It's not where the sky meets the land. The cross.
We know it only exists in your model. If it was where the sky and land meet, it would be a horizon. Now, it is labelled horizon in your now dead debunked geometric model. It just isn't a point where the land and sky meet, therefore isn't actually a horizon. It's only labelled incorrectly as a horizon in your now debunked geometric model. It doesn't exist in reality. You're talking through me again, aren't you, Fundy? Is this painful? How do my nuts taste? How do my balls taste? Do my balls taste nice? How do they taste? Enjoy my salty nuts, you coward. You have to talk through this, don't you, you coward? And I love it. It's the death of your model, Rumpus. Enjoy the taste of my balls. You're talking through me, aren't you, Fundy? It's all you can do while I destroy your model. Bye-bye, globe. No geometric horizon. It's not a visible point, therefore we can't see it. It only exists in your model, Rumpus. I know you've got to talk through it because you've got no response to it.
Can I answer?
You've already answered.
The cross that you were talking about.
You've already answered. Can I answer? I'll answer you. Your question to me, what can I answer? You have already given us an answer. You have affirmed that it is not visible, therefore not a horizon, as labelled in your geometric model. Did you stick your fingers in your ears for that one, bitch? Oh, yeah.
Oh, you've unmuted me, excellent. So I've no idea what you've been saying. But anyway,
yeah, I know, bitch. That's why I'm going to stick you on mute while you talk through me again. You asked me if you had permission to speak and answer. I pointed out to my audience you'd already answered. You have affirmed that the horizon in your model, marked with an X, labelled horizon, cannot be seen in reality, therefore is not a horizon, and is fundamental to your geometric model and claim of a globe Earth. Your model's dead. All you can do is stick your fingers in your ears while I teabag you and your model. If you're going to stick your fingers in your ears, there's no point you being here. Get lost. Whoever's in charge of Discord, move him elsewhere. He's not playing fair. Doesn't want to join in with the conversation if he's got to respond to something. Do you, Rumpus?
Am I glad to answer?
No, ask me that question again. Am I allowed to answer? Yeah, you've already given an answer, you pathetic weasel.
The geometric horizon.
Sorry, why has he been taken off mute? He asked me a question. He asked me if he was allowed to answer, and I'm answering him. I know he's going to talk through his question to me. Let's take him off mute and see if he talks through my answer to his question. You have already answered me, Rumpus.
The geometric
so he is going to talk through me. Fundy mute button time. That's why I'm muting him, ladies and gentlemen. I was answering his question he phrased to me. He asked me, question mark at the end, am I, that's a question, allowed to answer? And I'm answering that question. He won't allow me. That's why I've got to shut him up, and he'll put his fingers in his ears while I destroy his model over and over again and go, la, 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 la. Yeah? Fun. But I'm going to answer him. Whether or not he wants to interrupt my answering of his question, am I allowed to answer this question? You've already answered. We can't see it, therefore it's not a horizon. You don't need to now change your answer. Give me a double speak answer, or say we can see it when you've already answered. I know your answer. Your answer destroys your model. Kick him out.
John Mutes, I have no idea what you've been saying.
That's why I'm going to kick you out now. That's why I'm about to remove you. That's why I'm going to remove you, because you don't want to respond to me because I'm teabagging your religion. Therefore, you're going to absolutely ignore every word of it, or talk through it, or bitch that you're being muted so you can't talk through it. But I'm going to confirm over and over again that you've answered my question. Yeah? Am I going to get a chance to answer it? You already have. Can we see it? No, we can't see it. It's not visible. Therefore, not a horizon. But it's labelled as a horizon in your geometric model, with a little X and the word horizon, but it only exists in that model, not in reality. So bye-bye if you don't want to respond to that. It's not going to be me saying it 5 times, you never responding to it, and then you getting to make up some shite that you haven't already answered or been asked. You have answered the question in regards to whether or not we can see this quote-unquote horizon. And if it's a quote-unquote horizon, it'll be a position that demarcates land, sea, and sky. So that's what a horizon is, and it isn't what your geometric model says a horizon is. That's only existence in one place. Now, for the audience's benefit, there is no rebuttal to this. It's the end of heliocentrism. That's why we've got this little dance. Because it's the death of the globe.
It's pretty much over. I would love to hear them argue that. But it is over. Like there's
You just heard them argue it. They're fighting for a horizon that's not a horizon. So, yeah.
that can't be it.
That's what he just said.
That's literally it, though.
That's so sad, though.
They're telling you themselves, we can't see the geometric horizon. We've never seen it due to us having an atmosphere. So how in the hell did they ever measure it? And how would you even call it a horizon, being that it's defined as the visible demarcation between land and sea and sky? So, yep, that's a wrap for that model.
Yeah. So what have you got? If you haven't got anything to respond to that with, you're going to moan or put your fingers in the ears when it's phrased concisely. And what's being phrased exactly? Well, the death of the globe. So Rumpus hasn't got a response to that, other than to moan and talk through me.
Weird, because you got some guys saying, "Oh, we've never seen a geometric horizon," and another guy saying, "Oh, it's beautiful. It's a monument to Earth's curvature, aka the geometric horizon, aka the horizon that we've never seen, can't see, is never possible to be seen." If you don't follow that double speak from these clowns, then that's how you get fooled.
Would just very quickly, you know, what geometric means.
Jazza, do you have a geometric horizon in your model?
Geometric is a measurement. So if you're talking in terms of the horizon, it's a distance that you can't see. So it's going to remain constant. The closer you get to it, it's going to remain that same distance away from you. So you're never going to get to it.
You just said you can't see it. You just said you can't see it, though.
When did I say you can't see it?
Can you not interrupt him in Discord, please? Go ahead, Jazz.
No, I'm just saying geometric means a measurement, a distance.
Yeah, you said that. And if you're measuring something, you're gonna need to see it if you're measuring it, aren't you, Jazz?
Okay, so if you're on a beach and you're looking out at the horizon and you're 5.5 feet, 6 feet above the horizon, if you're 6 feet high, it's going to be slightly further away. That distance is going to remain that distance the further you go, if you go and try and chase it, that distance is going to remain that distance away from you.
I understand. So to summarise that point in mathematical terms, you'd say if the Earth was a sphere with a radius of 3959 miles, then every distance to horizon would be no more than 1.2 times the observer's height in feet. That sort of statement?
If you want to use that number, I don't know the exact numbers, but if you want to use that number wherever you look, if you're in the middle of the ocean, 360 degrees, then yes, that number you just used would be what you would be seeing.
Yeah, that's the geometry of Earth as a claimed sphere. If the horizon is a physical geometric sphere edge you can measure, but you're stating that you can't see it, but also saying that we're going to be measuring it, that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, Jazz.
Nathan, if you're on a ball...
Sorry, we're begging the question now, are we?
Has no land.
Sorry, if we're begging the question, then that's the end of this conversation.
Well, not really, because you just can't deal with it.
No, we just don't beg the question here, Jazz. Maybe you didn't know that rule.
Okay, let's say we're in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean where there's no land for fucking thousands and thousands of miles.
No need to swear. Okay, we're in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. I'm with you. It's really tranquil. It's very calm today.
Okay. So when you go out, the number of miles that you said, I can't remember what that was. 1, 2, what doesn't even matter. Let's call it 3 miles. Let's call it 14 miles. Whatever 360 degrees, we call it radial in aviation, 360 degrees. If you're in the middle of the ocean and you can't see anything, it all looks the same. You can't see shit.
That's fascinating. And your point is?
Well, I'm waiting to see what your point is.
You're the one talking.
You're making the point. Argue for it.
So...
The point of this, Jazz, is that your model requires a physical, visible, measurable, geometric sphere edge horizon formerly known as Earth curve. And you don't have it anymore.
Exactly,
We've
which
debunked
you need a reference for Earth curve, don't you?
Yeah, we've debunked it.
You need
it's
a
an argument
reference.
called the Black Swan.
No, you haven't.
Yeah, we have.
You just can't go. You just,
Yeah, we have, bro.
You just couldn't answer what I just said. If you're in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, where you
You
have...
didn't say anything. You didn't have a point. I'm supposed to answer your word salad nonsense diatribe about nothing? There's no answer to be given.
You just said you need a reference. You have no reference in my example.
The horizon is the reference we're talking about. Do you have a horizon in this example? Shit for brains? I think you do. So shut up. You're done here. Shut up.
Earth horizon curvature.
Shut up.
In my example, you do not have one because the Earth is fucking massive.
Sorry, stop swearing. Horizon is what this argument is about. In this depiction that you've given us, you'll have a horizon, a demarcation point between land and sky. Or in this case, sea and sky.
Nathan, Earth curvature.
Yeah, that would be based on an R value that we've debunked with this argument called the Black Swan. If the Earth is a sphere with a radius of 3959 miles, then every distance to horizon can be no more than 1.2 times the square root of the observer's height in feet. And these Black Swan images demonstrate beyond all certitude that the horizon is way beyond any geometric capability of a sphere edge horizon. Therefore, the Earth is definitely not a sphere. We have debunked the R value. Now, I appreciate that while I've been explaining this to you, Jazz, you've been talking the entire time so Discord can't hear. Am I correct, Discord?
That's just what I heard.
Okay.
I can't hear anything but him.
Yep. Bye-bye, Jazzaconda.
You're arguing. You're not making any points.
What Jazzaconda's just done for the audience's benefit is talk through every word of my concise demolition of his R value he said we didn't debunk. So he said we didn't debunk it. We said, yeah, we did. Not just Ipsy Dixit, we're going to explain it, but he wouldn't allow that. He talked through it. The audience didn't hear. I shut down the Discord line so that you could hear my concise rendition of the Black Swan argument. But Jazz wasn't going to allow that because it debunks his model. So what he needs is the ability to talk through that. So it can't be heard by an audience. No. Bye-bye.
He wasn't even arguing your point. He was just talking through you. I think that's what we always see what happens with them. They just talk, and that's what they do. It's a great way of...
Well, he put himself in the middle of the ocean.
But then expected Nathan to give the answer why he put himself
He
there.
said, you have no reference in my example. Like, bro, that's your
Well, he
example.
said purgative.
You have no reference in your example.
The guy in the chat, sorry, it's just because it's on screen now. So when we were talking in the pre-show about the different stages of loss that they go through, I just happen to have them on screen. So we've got denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. Well, many of them, normies, General Joe that just cursory comes across the flat earth subject will be in denial immediately, regardless of what's put to him. Now, the people who appreciate a point that we might have made or have challenged their cognition will get angry immediately. Now, the people who go beyond that are in the debate with us. They're the people at the bargaining stage. And some of them, like Conspiracy Cats, check out Haunted Houses video, are at the depression stage, losing sleep, worrying about it, and what might be if it all turns out to be the case, which it is. And then finally, the acceptance stage. So many of the people we deal with here are either at the depression stage, dealing with cognitive pain, or at the bargaining stage, debate. Right? Happy days.
What about Rumpus and Sanic, Nathan? What category they are?
Doesn't argue anymore.
The globe shills? I don't know. No idea. They just shill for the globe.
They're zealots, huh? They're like, they're not here to listen to any arguments, aren't they?
They don't argue anymore. They don't. I've
they
talked
would
to him.
almost
He
have
doesn't
to.
argue. These guys don't debate flat Earth anymore. They just try to describe things that I don't know.
Yeah, that's what they
Listen,
do.
They don't show up anymore. But that's why they don't.
They have a script though, so if they say something and you try to debunk it, they don't listen to the debunk. They just go back and tell you, no, you don't understand, and this is what it is.
They get confused and leave, and that's the end of it, right? And then they'll come back and say the same thing again and get confused and leave.
Speaking of doing the same things again. Hey, Zanik.
Is he here?
I've misread it because it's on the tiny text. I don't think it is Zanik, is it? Someone else. Sorry, whoever that is. Zodiac.
I'm
Zodark.
surprised he's not here, actually.
I thought he would come in. It's about it's sort of timing, isn't it? How do you say your name, my friend? Zodark, is it?
Zodiac.
That's Zodiac.
Yeah, I'm not Xanax. Sorry.
He's one of the mods on 24/7, so I know Zodiac is cool.
Zodiac. It's just on my Discord. It's tiny little writing.
All good, man.
What's up, Zodiac? What's going on, bro?
How are you guys doing?
Good show. Good show. Nice round out to the week. No complaints here.
So far,
Nathan, how did they measure a thought experiment?
No.
What's your independent variable?
Hey, Mole Man.
Did thought? Hear me?
Good. Moment can.
Yeah, we hear you, Owen.
Why is nobody answering? It's like, am I talking in the background? Because sometimes I feel like I'm in another room.
Not at
all.
all.
What that is.
Answering what?
Outer space.
Answering what, Arwin?
Yeah, Arwin. Answering what?
I
just rumpused you just for comedic effect.
Okay. Anyway, I was busy in chat going back and forth with some really creepy individuals from the past that have slipped into utter disgustingness. It's always disappointing.
Oh, who?
To see
who?
Travis.
Travis who?
The hipster version.
The plain truth?
Yeah.
What's wrong with Travis? Travis is cool, right?
Oh yeah, really? Well, read the chat.
I
Getting all kinds
I
of
haven't paid attention to Travis. I'll have a look as he's scrolling by in the last few minutes.
You can't get triggered by chat, dude. You have to accept it. Or at least say something spicy enough.
That is a fake Travis. Okay. Could be.
Yeah, you can't tell anymore. You can't just go to channel when you click on their name, so the sock problem's just going to get worse. There we go. That's YouTube. I can't do anything about that, unfortunately. Because it
I
might
don't
not
know
be.
if
would
it is,
actually
you know.
I wish there was more people that debate the globe. I wish they would come on. I would make their points. Because there's nobody yet I've heard that.
Do you want to go back? Is that what you want? You want them to prove it's a globe again? Are you sort of like Cypher in the Matrix?
I wish they would make the argument. I think they
But they do. They do. They do.
Every once in a while, they try.
You talk with them
It's
for
just
5
that
minutes.
their
you talk
arguments
with them
have been destroyed at this point. So it's like they have no arguments anymore.
It's called losing.
Yeah, it's not on us. I'm just wishing there was more people that could defend it for longer than 5 minutes.
They can't.
I know. That's
Well, you had someone on chat saying that a Rumpus doesn't need to prove anything; you just need to Google it, and there it is. I mean,
just needs to make.
that's the mindset that they have, right? They read it on Google, and therefore it is.
Yeah, and then they come here and say, look, I've Googled it, here's Coriolis effect, like Kosho did. He presents his citation, and it contradicts itself within the citation. Then you point out how stupid they are for not recognising the contradiction, and then a load of rumpusing ensues, and you'll get talked through while you point out how stupid they are, or tell them off for being stupid. They'll reassert their position 5 times through you telling them off. That's how it goes.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Nathan.
Hey, Brian.
And somebody like Chocolate holds on to that citation and shoves it in their face every time they want to talk about it. Yep.
Yeah, very irritating, Chocolate, to them. Very amusing to us. Their contradictions that they wiki search and Google search and say, look, I'm right, we're right, because it says so on Google. And you go, no, Google's giving you a contradiction and you're too stupid to recognise it.
And what's odd about the whole thing is most people like chocolate shoved in their face.
Holy shit.
And with that, I'm going to say, if you are watching this... Oh, as my kids start screaming at her iPad. If you are watching this on the Nathan Oakley Premiering stream, then stay tuned, as there will be an after show to follow. Unfortunately, if you're watching this live on Nathan Oakley 1980 channel, this is where we bid you farewell. A huge, massive, enormous thank you to all of you who smashed the super chat, hopefully liked, commented, shared, subscribed, and all that good stuff. Be sure to check out nathanoakley.com and the Flat Earth Debate Forum to keep up to date with the community debate. I've been Nathan Oakley. Stay tuned if you're watching on the premiering stream, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!